I'll easily call someone and talk to someone, and sometimes I miss that. And I'll easily admit I'm awfully comfortable, and I'd always talk about my problems, but I know I'm an awfully comfortable person. I always talk about my problems. Ever since 2007, I've seen a naturopath, and he'd really tell me to think positive. What's bugging you in life, and if that's really bugging you in life, bringing you down and creating your seizures and bringing you down, then why are you letting that bug you? And once he told me that, then it woke me up. I was like, oh, frig, why did I ever let that bug me? Why did I let that bug me and straighten my seizures? But I never saw it until he pointed it out. He made me think positive, and then ever since then, I've been always thinking positive. It's been like 10 years now, but I've always been feeling better and better. And doing good. I'm on Cambrian now, taking upgrading, so I can take a course, whatever.
What do you want to do?
Well, I'd always think about business administration, maybe paramedics. I'd always get into millwrighting. I even came here for millwrighting before, but I know I broke this leg when I was younger, so millwrighting, I don't know, that's a lot of lifting. That I want to take something a little easier on myself.
Softer on your body.
But I'm doing English upgrading right now, and I'm bettering my life, and I feel so much better. I'm even comfortable to talk to you guys now.
Oh, good for you.
It's amazing. Good for you. Stay in class if you hadn't had that support. Yeah. Did you come from far away? Did you come from a community? So what program are you in?
Starting in Salvador over there. Want to share his experience with you?
This is my second semester here.
Can you just speak up a bit?
Yeah, this is my second semester here at the college. I'm in the project management program. So far, my experience here has been great. I was a little bit care about the weather here because I come from.
I don't know why. Honduras, Sudbury.
Average temperature in my country is 35. And here we had some days at minus 35.
Yeah.
Very different, but other than that, it's really great.
So is this your first winter?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah. You're doing okay?
Yeah, I broke my elbow 3 weeks ago skating, but other than that, it's great.
So how did you decide on Cambrian from Honduras?
Well, I thought that my experience will be easier to come from a smaller city. We will have better opportunities with my life here to start.
Rather than to go to
Toronto.
That's really smart. So smart.
That's what I decided to come here, and I like the program. Start analyzing my options, and I decided to the program suits me better.
The north is so beautiful. Such a great. Well, that's great. So do you want to stay or you want back to Honduras?
I would like to stay here.
There you go. A convert for winter.
I'm Prashant Singh. I'm from India. First of all, I would like to thank you for putting so much efforts in international events and more welcoming them to the society with open hands. And my
Can I just say one thing? Can I just say one thing to that? You know, as an Ontarian born and bred, I always remind myself that apart from Indigenous people, we all came from somewhere else. So you might have come 6 months ago, I might have come 6 generations ago, but same thing. We came from somewhere else, and we've had the blessing of being able to partner with Indigenous people, and we haven't done that in a good way. So I acknowledge that, but we all did come from somewhere else. So we're in the same boat.
That's right. And it's been a great experience. Like I've been in a 3rd year now in the civil technology. It's been great, but the only thing I would suggest is like new international students coming here and they don't have a basic background and they don't know how it's gonna be here. So sometimes what happens, they've been here and they don't know what to do. Like GP, Mark, SAC, been doing a great job helping them out to set things up, but they've been having a little trouble finding housing and stuff this year. And if government can, put some funding when the new students come up here to help them set up a little bit so that they get a nice head start for their career and for their future. And the teachers, faculties all have been awesome. They're always cooperative, they always helpful and nice about that. It's just they need somebody to, let them know a little guidance that what's gonna be up here.
So it's just so I'm clear, you think there needs to be more support once the student gets here as opposed to before they come?
Yeah, once they get here, they need to do a little more exposure to them because they don't have the same scenarios and the same situations back home.
Right, it's very different.
Yeah, it's very difficult for the first time, and once they get a head start, they know what the things are and they do really great in their fields and education.
Is there a reception center for foreign students when they come to this?
There's an international department.
Yeah.
They've been really helpful.
Right.
But it's just they're not able to find the right things.
So it's housing,
The facilities for the city and all those things.
The city, not just the post-secondary institutions are responsible for the international coming here, but I guess they're the temporary residents of Ontario or the city instead. But when it comes to taking responsibility after the class, when they go down and have transit facilities, they're on the road. They're the residents of Ontario as well as that city. So I think we've been closely working with the mayor as well as the city, and Christine and Sean Colin have been doing an amazing job in this, advocating for students all the time, as well as Mark has been a representative that has been on a lot of platforms, including CSA, when we were there in the commission as well, taking up these concerns because we've been seeing growth in future as well. We are actually hoping for a lot more fraternity from the international background, and as we see, it's already a diverse sector in Cambridge, which we were not there 5 years ago. So now we see something growing, we might want to just add on something more, some more facilities.
Okay.
Okay, for me, the transition here, studying in Canada, has been a very easy one from Jamaica originally. So the only issue is the weather. I'm still getting there with the weather, but I am a student intern in the international department. So I work with international students as well, and I work with Canadians. Basically, it's a diverse group. And since I've been here, I've never missed home in terms of like the environment. It's my family, but like in terms of the environment, I've never missed home. People always ask me, we want to go back to Jamaica. I'm like, oh, it's been really nice here, and the only thing I would do is take my family and bring them to Canada. And so for me, it's been really easy, and I got a job in the international department as well, and that's helping me financially. So for me, it's been a really good experience, and the fact that I'm able to interact with people from everywhere in the world and stuff like that, it's been really good. I have like a million Indian friends, and I always tell them like they're a really nice group of people, and it's just been like a great diversity. The experience is a good one.
So are you in school now, or you're working?
Yes, I'm in school now. This is my second semester.
What are you studying?
I'm studying midwright in Chicago.
Film. Great, thank you for sharing that. Hi.
My name is Rafa, and I'm a student nurse. I am a nursing student, and for me, like this place here is like a very nice place. Actually, I didn't plan to come to Cambrian College at the beginning, and I was supposed to go to Laurentian at first. So, like, I had an issue there, so I wasn't able to be there.
Where did you come from?
I came from Dubai. Yeah. So when I came here, I was with my dad at the beginning, and like I couldn't be at Laurentian, so they advised me to come to Cambrian College. And when I came here, I was upset because I was like, okay, I didn't get the chance to be at Laurentian, and everything is not really happening the way I wanted to be. But when I came in here, I saw Nicole, and she actually like asked me like, what are you doing here? And she was interested in like listening to what's happening to me. So we had a conversation with her, and like I felt like this is home. So like 2 days after 2 days, I just registered, and I found myself in here, and I really felt so comfortable here. And
What a great
right now, I'm graduating like in April.
As a nurse?
In June, yeah. So it's like my second year. It flies away really fast. It's a really good experience. You get to have a lot of new friends from all of the culture. So it's really amazing. But you know, the only problem sometimes I feel like it's really isolated and central. Everything closes early, like especially if you want to compare it to Dubai. Like people go out at like, let's say 10 o'clock at night, they just have fun, but here people sleep. So for me, it's like
It's the winter, right? We hibernate until spring comes in.
They're just waiting for the sun to come out. Well, we're in warm weather.
but it's nice. Like over here, it's really nice.
Well, we're glad it's been a good experience. It's great. A couple of people we haven't heard from.
I've lived here before, so I'm kind of really used to the area. I know where everything is. My mom already went to school here, so I know specifically how the building works and everything is. So that kind of helped me in advance. But I understand that other students or other users didn't know where things were and they just wanted to go shopping specifically or where they're supposed to, ups and downs, of course, because it's hard right now. This is my first year. And
What are you taking?
I was in environmental techniques, but I got to get into something else because that's supposed to give me my motivation and my extra talent. So it was like, I was just struggling as a practice. And that wasn't like the only thing to do in school. Like I had like life things I was issues going on, but I took everything. But like my experience here was like probably the best experience in high school, I would say. There's like really great people here. I love the support. Like say like I was having like a problem or whatever, I go to like water day, like that's will probably do. We go to that area because that's where we feel more comfortable. Right. And like that's how like other people do it. They go to like areas that they're most comfortable. What they're used to. Yeah, out of their comfort zone.
So you came back even after the strike. You came back.
I came back.
So you
because-
switched programs.
Yeah, I went into general arts.
General. Well, so you've got time. You can figure out which one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to like, because like a lot of people that I know when we graduated high school, they didn't continue. I wanted to be that one person that would like continue my education and like take myself into a person that I want to be and like make my family proud, of course.
All the best.
I'm Premier Kathleen student, and I was originally the first year business program. It was my first time at Cambrian, so I really enjoyed the atmosphere here. I went to walk the beach and all kinds of things was and so it really kind of helped me transition with the so after I experienced my first year, I really enjoyed it. So I came back and took my second year. It's great.
Where did you come from?
I'm from Conversation.
Sorry, Tanya. My name is Ralph Sadler. I'm from Adwaska, First Nation, and I am in the heavy duty technician program. And I'm in my first year here, college. It's going pretty good. It's challenging a bit, but I'm glad that the Wampanoag is here because they like helped me throughout if I was going through a hard time or missing home. Like if I wanted, like I miss hunting. Like especially during like season time, I go to Wampanoag and sometimes they take me out where I go so much and I feel like I'm homesick. I feel like that made me feel like I was dying. I'm in a fit. I enjoyed here and I stay on the resident, so it's really quick to get here.
You were planning to go back to Adwaska or are you staying?
I was planning to go back to work and probably come back. Oh yeah, to come back in second year and finish.
Right. But do you want to work back home or do you want to try to work here? You don't know yet.
I was thinking of working here.
Yeah. Good luck with it.
Yeah, thanks.
My name is Tanya Visitor from West Country. I'm a second year in social services program. I'm supposed to graduate in April, end of April. I'll be finished my program. I'm doing a placement at the Wampanoag Day Center here. And it's a 4-month placement. I just started 3 weeks ago. It's going really well. I have a really good cultural coordinator. He's taught me a lot. I'm learning a lot about tradition and cultural stuff. Being somebody who didn't know much about it. Who's not native, I'm still learning myself. So it feels really good to learn that knowledge. And I've learned so much so far. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to finish my program and I'm excited to work with my own Indigenous people when I graduate.
My name is Jack. This is my first year. I recently started in January. I'm taking General Arts and Science. sure what to take next. Yeah.
You got time.
Yeah, I got time. I'm concerned. It's not college graded, but maybe with the Ring of Fire. I'm from Adelaide First Nation. I grew up with the land. I had to traps. My concern is the Ring of Fire. Is it going to affect the environment, the animals?
So one of the things that we have been doing, Jack, is we've been working with the Matala First Nations because I'm concerned about a couple of things. I actually went on a canoe trip when I was first in this job on the Adewalska River because I wanted to see where the Ring of Fire, where the infrastructure would be built and what the land looked like. Because I'm concerned I don't want damage to the land, but at the same time, there are a lot of people in those Matala communities and in the north who need that economic development, who want to see that and also need all-weather roads. They need that infrastructure because as the climate changes, even though I know it's cold here, it's not as cold as it used to be. So the roads don't stay, in as long. So I want to find a balance, and that's why we've worked with the Matala First Nations. That's why you'll hear in the election campaign over the next few months, our opposition will say, why is it taking so long? Why has the Ring of Fire, why haven't you moved faster? The reason is that we've been working with First Nations people who are knowledge keepers about that land, and we need to make sure that we don't make some of the same mistakes that we made in Grassy Narrows, some of the things that were done in the past that spoiled and tainted the water system. You guys are downstream from the Ring of Fire, so we need to make sure that when we do environmental assessments, we don't do anything that's going to damage those watersheds. So that's my commitment to you. We will do our very best, but it means it's taking more time to get to the point where we have some agreements with First Nations communities and we can get started. Okay? Thank you. Thanks for asking.
I do believe we have a couple of questions from the gentleman in the back, so if you want to...
Okay.
Hi. When the strike was over, we were told the college had a plan and everything, but it seemed like all the plan was extend the semester slightly, take away a couple weeks of Christmas, add a day on Family Day, and I just don't feel like I'm getting the same education as I would have without a strike. I know the strike had to happen. I understand that. I just think it should have been ended a bit earlier, even though.
Yeah. So I, as I said earlier, I believe in the collective bargaining process. And when you say the strike had to happen, I mean the bargaining process had to happen. It broke down, and the challenges that it went on for so long, the strike went on for so long, and that's why we've set up a task force to look at what went wrong there. Why couldn't we come to why couldn't there have been a resolution sooner? And we only stepped in when there wasn't going to be a resolution. You're right that it would have been much better for all of you if there hadn't been a strike. It would have been much better for the term to go without interruption. I think the colleges are doing the best that they can to provide support for you. We put some money in place to help students who were in financial need as a result of the strike, but I can't pretend that it's as good for you as it would have been if there hadn't been a strike. It's just not. It's a problem, and I hope that you work with your instructors, with your teachers to make sure that you get the support that you need.
So just in relation to the strike, as you heard from the student, it's very difficult for them. In the future, I know the government stepped in after about 5 weeks when they realized that there wasn't going to be a decision made on both parties. Does the government have a plan to potentially change this if there was ever to be another strike that occurs? Because I know students have that question. Some students may question going back or attending a secondary institution.
So here's what I have said to the Minister of Advanced Education. In the the elementary and secondary panel, so kindergarten to grade 12, there is a mechanism. If there is a strike, there's a thing called the Education Relations Commission, and it will raise the flag and say, okay, the student's year is in jeopardy, the government should take action. In the post-secondary panel, there isn't anything like that. So what I've asked the minister to look at is, what could we do to have some way of saying, you know, this is the time frame within which the year or the semester is in jeopardy. So that's the piece that we're missing for me. So to answer your question, yes, I hope that the recommendations from this task force will be exactly that. How can we avoid, not that we can't avoid labor unrest or labor discussions. I believe it's important. It's an important part of a democratic society. But when the students are being disadvantaged to the extent that you were, I think we need to have different mechanisms to protect you. So that's what we're looking at.
When there's a strike, will there be something like a teaching subsidy? Somehow on my organization
So I think some students did have work that they were able to do during the strike. I know. No, and it's a good suggestion. One of the challenges we run into is in the bargaining process, if we step in and replace the teachers or replace the instructors, right? That some sort of support. I think that, as I said, in some cases students got that support and others they didn't. So that's one of the things we need to look at, what happened to students who felt surprised.
In terms of strike, on the behalf of international students, like the whole month, as the college was not continuing and we were only allowed to work like 40 hours. So besides that, most of our time is got like wasted. We couldn't use it. Neither do we can work and neither do we can study. So we just wanted to say that it would be a better solution for everybody, that in terms of strike, if we are allowed to work or not, or maybe some other alternative can be done in future, because
to allow you to be active even though the strike is going on. I think that's a very fair comment. Yeah. It's complicated because you're not at home and you don't have that. Thank you. I don't have a good answer to that at this moment, but it's a really important comment.
Is the question in relation to Ontario College? I understand in the South versus the North there's a gap where special colleges versus core colleges. I just wanted to know if there's a plan for the government to fund more to the North in order for us to flourish and continue the services that we have up here. And I just wanted to know the stance of the government.
I'm going to just say something.
Sure.
My position on that is that we need to have private colleges in all parts of the province. We need to make sure that colleges are doing the things that it makes sense for them to do in terms of the
just in relation to Northern colleges, we continue as a government, and we talk with the Premier often about the importance of making sure that we have viable post-secondary institutions and colleges in the north. Sudbury is fortunate in the sense that we have two colleges here, College Boreal and Cambrian, and the work that's being done when we were there touring earlier, from architecture to other programs like College Boreal to what's happening here at Cambrian. We're going to continue to ensure that we have these viable programs up here and want to see more folks from Southern Ontario. I know I talked with Sean and everyone else from the college about, you know what, we don't need to have more students in wait lists in Southern Ontario when they can come up here and get a great education and actually stay up here and work up here, because that's the important thing. If you notice, one of the questions we keep asking is, do you plan on staying up here once you get your education? Because really, this is a great place to live, and we're going to continue to advocate to have great programs up here. So if it's a second career or a first career, whatever it is, Cambrian College and organizations like Cambrian will adapt quickly to make sure that we can meet the market demand. I know there was a question about Ring of Fire, making sure that our colleges in the north will actually be training the students who will actually get those jobs up north, to make sure that we're looking after our forests, we're looking after our water, we're looking after the environment, and at the same time creating a positive workplace for people. So it's great. And I graduated from Cambrian, so I got a special place for this place in my heart. There was a comment, I guess, you wanted to make?
Yeah, well, I was just wondering, because you were saying how to keep everybody here. Because definitely when you, I know I took a millwright course way back when I graduated in 2012. It's so hard to find a millwright's job here. You have to go down south. You have to go down south to find so many jobs. There's so many more jobs down south, close to the state's border, that it really makes you want to move down there all the time.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of growth happening up here. So you're right, I'm not disagreeing with you, but there's a lot of growth happening up here. Lots of construction that's happening just down the road with Maley. You know that we've got, the Ring of Fire is moving forward. We've got lots of projects that are going to continue to happen. So hopefully there'll be more and more work for those of us up here in the north, because I'd much rather only have to commute 15 minutes rather than 45, or take a really good transportation system, public transportation system, which I know they were consulting with you about. So how many of you gave your input into public consultation on the transit system here today? Because we get calls in my office from many students at Cambrian saying, hey, can you help us with public transportation? So they're doing some good things.
But the investment that we're making, so investments through the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund, investments in the Northern Road Highway Program, I mean, all of that creates jobs, and it's in the order of $500 to $600 million a year just in the Northern Highway Program alone. So that creates a lot of jobs and activity in Northern Ontario. So in terms of wanting to have a viable north, we've been very committed to economic development in the north, and part of that is having viable colleges.
So 11,000 kilometers, $630 million was spent last week just on Northern Ontario highways. And then if you're wanting to talk about other programs that are happening, our television and film industry, and based out of Sudbury and northeastern Ontario, we're talking about $15 million that the government is investing, which has then created $50 million of investment in the television and film industry, and we're starting to see more and more television and movies being filmed here. Letterkenny is here, yeah, if anyone, how many people have watched Letterkenny? But there's quite a few that are happening in here that's seeing a lot of development, and we've got potential for more. Netflix is looking at Sudbury again and opening up more films, so there's construction jobs that are happening, not only on the acting side, but just on the back side of that. There's a lot of opportunities for jobs in there as well. And that started really with our government investing, helping one or two movies, and then that started to grow and grow.
Yeah.
You had a question? The easiest way to do it is just say it.
The question is, why do you want to
expanding what?
It's a really important question. Expanding cities.
Oh, okay.
We as a society don't control where people want to live. There are societies where people people are told where they're supposed to be. There was a time in this country where the government, and that goes back to the relationship between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people, and Indigenous people were told they were supposed to live in certain communities. We try not to do that now, so that people go where they want to go. And the reality is that there's an urbanization that's happening all over the world. Even when I went to India, or you go to China, people are moving into the cities because that's where the technological jobs are. In Ontario, it takes fewer people to run a farm, for example, right? There isn't as much traditional industry, and so people are moving to the cities because that's where they're finding the jobs. That's where the building is happening. That's where the innovation is happening. And so what we try to do as government is to be very intentional about those investments outside of the cities, so that we can have viable rural and northern communities. It's almost the reverse, we're not intentionally investing in cities so that people will go there. That's happening anyway. We're intentionally investing in other places to keep them viable. So I'll give you a good example. For years, we have put more money into provincial education outside of, on a per pupil basis, outside of the cities, because it costs more to educate a child in a rural or a northern community. We're working with the federal government and First Nations communities to increase the amount of funding on reserves for education, because it costs more when you've got fewer kids. It costs more per person, because you still have to have a teacher, you still have to have a guidance counselor, So the urbanization, if you're interested in that, there's a lot that's been written about the phenomenon of urbanization, and it's a very important thing to understand about what's happening in the globe right now. And if you read up on it and you have ideas about things you think government should be doing, that would be a really good conversation, because it's one of the big challenges of the 21st century.
Perfect. So I do believe that concludes our little question period. So on behalf of Cambrian, thank you everybody for showing up. So can we give them a nice round of applause?
Spending time with us. It's a real privilege to hear from you, and I know that our society is going to be in really good hands because you guys are fantastic. So thank you very much. Twitter moment.
Do you have a group photo maybe? Yeah, so maybe you can sit and stay seated, and we can have people behind you.